county, and then there's the school districts. No one has mentioned the school districts yet in this meeting. I like it when the school district, or I would love it if the school district came in on strategic cases or all cases and lent their voice to the proceeding. I've had multiple cases with the village of Mamaroneck, and their counsel has come in, and we've sort of acted as a tag team. Good cop, bad cop when needed, bad cop, bad cop. It's been very helpful when we're not all alone out there. And frankly, in many of these cases, the town of Rye is not all that affected on a case-by-case basis monetarily in terms of refund, but geez, the school district can get hit really hard. And so with your efforts in trying to mobilize constituencies and stakeholders for a statewide movement, we can start locally and, bring in the voice of the school district, whichever district that may be.
Well, I think we've been, and I'm sure Mayor Feinstein will confirm this, we've worked very closely with the mayor. In fact, the mayor's been very proactive in a number of cases, recent cases as well. We've worked very closely with big cases that have a big impact in the community with both the villages and the school district. Particularly Rye Brook has been very proactive. So we've been, but what I think what we haven't done as a town, can you guys hear? What we haven't done in as I think your suggestion is a good one, what we need to be is proactive and anticipate cases where, we should look at the role and sit down with each of the school boards and municipalities and say, okay, you know what? These are the cases that are out there coming up. Just so you're aware, proactive. Say, look, we'd like to go after this one a bit more aggressively and see if we can be proactive ourselves and bring it to a close and a resolution. So thank you. That's a wonderful suggestion. We have been doing it in terms of reactionary, but I want to do it in a more proactive. When we come to you and say, hey, listen, these are the cases that we might want to take off the ledger right now. This is the value of risk, this is Rye Brook, and these are the cases that can come to trial, and maybe we want to go after these together. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Binder. Thank you. Mayor Feinstein, do you want to come up? Yeah, please.
Joe, you've got an echo on your microphone.
I just want to just let everybody know here tonight that if the power goes out, do not go to the elevator. Just go to the staircase, and the police officer will take you downstairs.
Thank you, Supervisor Carvin.
And we'll have the meeting. We didn't have it. There's no TV in the old days, so if it
It's called minutes. Thank you, Supervisor Carvin. Thank you, members of the council, for giving me the opportunity to speak, and also for allowing us to know that there would be a presentation this evening. I just have a couple of comments. First of all, I know a comment was made, and there are differences of opinion as far as the value of a revow. And I know there are differences, and revow came into effect before many of you were on the board. And I've always been a proponent for lots of different reasons, including the equitable nature of it. There have been problems, especially the fact that revow came into existence just about the time of the economic downturn. And I don't know what the data would have indicated if things had continued even on an even keel, as opposed to the fact that real estate prices and real estate values have declined. But that's just an aside. I agree with you, Supervisor Carvin, and fellow board members, the fact that we have to do something, because there's an uneven playing field in so many different respects. We talk about the fact that there's a disincentive for a municipality to actually try a case, because if they're unsuccessful, the amount of interest that has to be paid back is 9%, which is absolutely ridiculous. And so many different, and that's a state law, so many different laws have to be changed, have to be altered. And it's very difficult to do, and council have made very good recommendations. I'm just wondering whether or not, and I understand what was said by Paul Noto and other council, that there's a disincentive for municipalities to go forward. They don't want to settle for political reasons. They don't want it to go forth because of the fact that there have to be refunds, and going forward the valuations will be reduced. I don't know whether or not we should start working with our umbrella organizations to push hard, whether or not starting with Westchester, with the Westchester municipal officials, or going to NICOM. And I know it's very difficult to have broad-based support for this. Maybe we have to start that dialogue as well. And it can take a really long time, but we have to be vigilant, and you certainly have been vigilant in this respect. Possibly that's a starting point as well. There are a lot of different avenues one can pursue when it comes to, I want to call it the inequities here, and there are many inequities. But I can assure you that the cooperation can certainly work. On behalf of the Village of Rybrook, I will commit that we will make sure that when, and I will discuss it tomorrow with our village administrator, when we receive notices of a particular filing, that there is a central database that's communicated. But we have to do this both ways, because sometimes we don't even know if we have not been served, and you're served, and impacts the Village of Rybrook, the County of Westchester, and of course the school boards, which are the greatest stakeholders to the extent of the amount of money. It could be 60, 65 cents on the dollar involved. So I think that that's a great idea, that we have to work cooperatively. There's no problem whatsoever from Rybrook, and I'm sure the other municipalities as well. So I just wanted to assure you that's a wonderful thing. Also, what was said, some of the bigger ones, the village has had its own council. We'll use signature because it was just a week ago that myself, counsel for the Town of Rye Special Counsel, also members of the school board, we actually went before the Westchester County Board of Legislators. The facts were different and action needed to be taken by the county. But I can assure you that we can all work cooperatively, have our own councils, especially when we need that power, that muscle. Because it is, in many instances, making our voices, collective voices, heard together. So I thank you very much, and I can assure you that we will work in any way possible, and we can brainstorm on this with you as well. And thank you for your continued vigilance on this topic.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor Feinstein. Thanks for all your help on this. Great. Okay, well, listen, we've taken up a lot of time. Thank you so much, Council, for coming this evening. I very much appreciate it. Thank you, Town Attorney Noto, and Mr. Markowitz, thank you for that overview presentation. It was very good. Thank you. Okay. So, and actually, I think we got some really good recommendations coming out of that. Let's make sure we follow up on that, Mitch. Mitch, let's follow up on, I really want to follow up, I want to be proactive and follow up on those, and that I want to follow up on those recommendations, yeah? We're going to be vigilant and proactive. Thank you. Great, okay. Model American Community Intern Program, Alejandro. Sorry, I want to thank the parents and interns and friends for their patience this evening in coming out, and it sounds like there's a torrential downpour out there. You may have to take the end of the meeting. Whoa.
Thank you.
Okay. Good, Alejandro?
Yeah, so I'll be quick, I promise. So, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alejandro Payan. I'm currently a consultant for the Town of Rye, currently working on the Model American Community Project. I'm also an adjunct teacher at Manhattanville College. For me, it's an honor to introduce to you the Model American Community Summer Internship Program. So, the successful program matched 10 students with community organizations and houses of worship in the Town of Rye for a 6-week internship program, which was basically from July 16th to August 17th. During the first week, the students participated in a job readiness workshop conducted by the Town of Rye. The workshop included classes on job search skills, resume writing, and interviewing skills. Some of our participating MAC organizations were the Clay Arts Center, Centro Cristiano Nueva Vida Church, Portchester Children's Place Daycare Program, the NAACP, and then St. Francis African American Seon Church. The internship also featured 3 international mentors from Manhattanville College, which actually one of them is here today, one of my students, Anita, please stand up just to say hi. Yes? They were actually my students for a class that I teach. It's Business English. So the first one's Camila Lorenz de Paola from Brazil, Anita Kaneda, just met from Germany, and Alexandra Psychonova from Russia. So next we have the Model American Community Summer Interns. So this is a list of basically all the interns on your left. The schools they attended, the vast majority were from Portchester High School. We had Brian Kerr from Rhinebeck. And then on your right, you see all the MAC organizations that participated. So next we're going to have two quick video clips of two of the MAC organizations. The first one is from Reverend Ariel Acosta from Centro Cristiano Nueva Vida Church.
Good morning. My name is Ariel Acosta. I'm the pastor of the Centro Cristiano Nueva Vida Church in Portchester, New York. I was part of the internship, MAC Summer Internship program in Portchester. One of the internships, there was Maria Naira, who was an excellent girl. I think the program is a beautiful and excellent program for the youth, for the community, because they can interact with other people in business, learn more about the aspect of business, and learn more about the people of Portchester. And I urge the MAC Summer Internship to continue in the years to come, because I think it helps the youth in our community to interact and learn more about each other and unite the families in the community of Portchester. So it was a beautiful 6 weeks. Myra, it was an excellent student, excellent girl, and she has a bright future ahead of her. So congratulations, and congratulations on MAC Summer Internship. Thank you very much for your opportunity to be part of this great program. God bless you.
Yes, so actually Maria, she's here tonight, so congratulations, excellent job. So next we have Altagracia, she's the development director from the Clay Art Center.
Hi, my name is Altagracia, and I'm the development director at the Clay Art Center, and I'm very pleased to be invited to participate in the count'd internship program for summer youth. Both of them bringing a great deal of experience and knowledge in working with youth. So I had them working with me to help develop our Salesforce web-based database. They did a lot of data entry. They did a lot of plan reports. They learned the whole gamut of working with this database that is so essential to our business process at the Clay Art Center. And I think this is a wonderful idea to bring community organizations and agencies in Portchester together with the countrywide government to provide excellent opportunities for young people to spend a productive summer and to develop a mentoring relationship with through this internship program. I am already engaged with Lisa in helping her prepare for her entrance to State University, helping her to navigate the financial aid issues and all the other issues that she will need to confront. And I know Kyle is right now looking at college campuses. So I'm looking forward to continuing my relationship with them as a mentor. And I'm always able to count on me for any support that I can provide. Thank you for the opportunity.
Great, excellent. So the next section here is the job readiness workshop evaluation. So this is a survey or a questionnaire, if you will, that we created in-house, which this chart here illustrates the intern evaluation and workshop session. So if you read to your left, to your right, these pretty much specify all the different workshops that we had for 1 week. So the first initial week, we had, for example, let's see, I'm trying to squint here.
Job search skills, who's hiring,
Right.
completing an application, resume writing, interview skills, interviews with employers, discussion with international students, on-the-job skills, computer skills, and overall workshop.
Right, exactly. So if, sorry if it's too small, the font size, people in the back to see, but you can see here, 3/4 or 75% noted interviewing skills, and as well as interviewing with employers. So that was basically the speed dating, if you will, that we had with the MAC organization. So we had a couple of rooms set up here, workstations, if you will. So they basically interviewed with each MAC organization. They were each given about 5 to 10 minutes each. So this slide here, how likely would you be to recommend the job readiness workshop to a friend? So very likely, 75%, 3/4. Somewhat likely, 25%. Unlikely, 0. So if we do the top 2 box, we sum up very likely plus somewhat likely equal to 100%. So it's overall very fruitful program. Last but not least, thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And on behalf of the team, Dave Thomas, Bernard Caro, we can't say enough that this program needs to continue. It was just very successful. This is only a benchmark of what could be in the years to come. And not only just the summer, but if we can expand on this to make this a fall semester, for example, or winter semester, or spring semester internship. So basically to have this as a 365-day internship, so basically all year round. Next, we're going to have Mr. John Rivas from the NAACP come up.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to be present. I've been told that I'm supposed to read my comments when we had our farewell get-together with the interns. I'm a little long-winded, so I'm going to read what I said, and then I may expound, and then he will tell me when I have to quit. I'm going to use my glasses. This summer, I had the opportunity to work with the town of Rye on its initial internship program with young people in the community. It probably was one of the best experiences that I have been initiated by the town because of the ethnic diversity that it provided within the program in terms of the youth themselves. I had an opportunity to observe the young people together and observe the variety of skills that they brought to the table. In fact, I was here practically every day because my intern worked out of this facility. And the reason for that was that she was a female, and I wanted to make sure nobody could say anything else was going on relative to being a male working with a female. Because we have a lot of people in this community who don't want to see youth programs be promoted successfully. So that was one of the reasons why I stayed right here in the building and worked with my intern. If these are our future leaders of tomorrow, they represent us well. You should have been here to see how they work together on various projects. And it was also very interesting for them to want to help each other. And I thought that was great. There is a need to continue working with youth in the town of Rye. And I'm hoping that the organizations that participated will step up to the plate and continue to work with these young people. And I'm hopeful that those young people who participated in the program will return and have future employment with the town. I have included in my president's message to my membership in our newsletter the importance of this program to the community. And I hope that the village of Portchester will join with the town in continuing this program. I think there's a lot that can be provided by collaboration with the village of Portchester and also with Rye Brook. Unfortunately, due to the mandates that have been forced upon our school districts, and when I use that terminology, I'm talking about all the different types of issues that have been imposed on the school in terms of assuming a greater role, they have not been able to provide some of the appropriate business programs that expose our children to day-to-day workings of organizations, including government. So this type of experience should and needs to be expanded and continue with the support of the community at large. Now, when I mention these points of concern, I'm mentioning it from the standpoint of being executive director of the Carver Center when I first came here, and how we were involved in the school, and unfortunately we did not get the same type of support that has been provided today by the town. But I'm also speaking as an educator of 31 years at the elementary school level and at the university level. And I have seen the need for the type of programs that were promoted this summer by the village as being a very, very productive program, and I'm hoping that you will continue to look at it favorably and to work with the other communities in the area to expand the program and include more young people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rivas.
Mr. Rivas, I got one quick question for you. Do you think that there's the opportunity of maybe bringing in the possibility of a public-private partnership with this program, given that we have some good industry in the area?
Yes, definitely. Because of the number of institutions of higher learning and the corporations in this area. If you go back to 1965, when we had the Civil Rights Act imposed upon the country, corporations stepped up to the plate. Colleges stepped up to the plate. There was money available. I'll give you a quick example. Unfortunately, I was made available of the fact that there's a corporation that has money to develop programs for young men in communities such as Portchester. And unfortunately, the supervisor and I have been talking about doing something like this. $500,000 is available to do a program, but I was made aware of it 2 days after the deadline. And I did submit an email to them asking, was it possible to still submit a proposal, and if they were to respond, I was going to meet immediately with the school superintendent and Joe to go over this particular issue, because we have all of the ingredients in this community to move productively on helping our young people. And I just think that it is important that you continue to work this program and find other resources to work with you. I do believe that they're available. You just have to have people that are going to volunteer their time instead of being concerned about making a whole lot of money or make enough money to get by to do the things that have to be done in our community.
Okay.
Thanks very much, Mr. Rivas. Thank you for those kind of words. Thank you. Wonderful. Do we have, yep, great.
Just a list of some of the activities that the students were involved in.
Great.
Hi, my name is Kyle Thomas. I participated in the Model American Community Internship Program, and here's a list of some accomplishments and some things that we learned while in this program. We learned about basic work with filing, mailing, and organizing. We learned about the African American Cemetery and what the site is really about. We also have become more proficient with computers and other programs. We learned ways to search for jobs and how to apply for jobs, which are very important. We also learned about editing and correcting the town's website so that more people could visit it and it would be more accessible. We made accomplishments like making Word and PDF documents for the African American community cemetery tombstones, because well, before it was a little damaged, and we were able to fix that. We worked on the Facebook page for the NAACP and helped them get a little more outreach into the community through the internet. We researched and wrote about the court procedures, and we also created spreadsheets for the intern contact information, which helps with Excel. We created 14 PowerPoint presentations for Pastor Ariel Acosta, And we also organize data and analyze results for a voter education survey. We translated a survey sheet into Spanish, and some of us worked with children at the Children's Place at the Carver Center. So, in a nutshell, we learned and accomplished many things during this internship program, and I think all of us came out of it with something better, something acquired, something that we can use in the real world.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
So, last but not least, the certificates. So, Brian Kerr, please come on. Gregory Montoya. Maria Naida. Kyle Thomas.
I forgot Andrea Carroll.
Andrea Carroll.
Thank you very much.
And this award goes to John Regas, NAACP.
Son, come on up. You guys want to come on, take the board, come on.
So they're behind the council?
Yeah, that probably
Where do you think?
might not.
Behind or?
That's good. Have them sit behind us. That's perfect. Yeah, that's all
They
right.
might be better.
Just put these guys in the middle. They're taller.
There you go. Come on.
Otherwise, we're just cramping. You can't see everybody.
There you go.
Here you go, Mr. Rivas, right here.
Come on, you guys, come on.
Come on, right here. Someone has to sit here.
Someone said.
Oh, you just.
We'll bring the other.
I was like I was going to be one of them.
Very good. That's good.
You can see our seat.
Okay, I got everybody. All right, one. Two. There we go. One. Two. One more.
One more.
Got everybody smile this time. Oh, okay. All right, I think we got them.
Bravo.
All right.
Congratulations.
John, thanks so much. That's really
Public-private partnership.
well, like
This would be a good time to go unless you want to continue on with the business.
John, thanks so much for coming.
Hey, you don't do that,
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay in touch. Thank you. Good to see you again. Brian, stay in touch. Thank you. He's such a good kid. I had so much fun with him. Pleasure working with you. Likewise.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Such a nice young lady. I'll get you a real certificate. No, I want to get this. I need it.
Yeah.
Alvarado got nothing up.
All right, now we have now we get to the normal town business and see if we get it done Next 40 minutes.
Contract.
All right, minutes. I get a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're off to a good start. Departmental reports. Has everybody seen them?
Yes, I think
We need to read them? Okay. There's no vote on those, so we'll go straight to comments from the public. We lost our public.
I'm actually glad they stayed home tonight. I just hope they're watching because it's quite bad out there.
It's really, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to try and get this before we lose power again. Okay, no comments from the public. Resolutions. Transfer of in-rem property. I'm guessing this is you, Mr. Nono.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wrote this resolution, so I just have to memorize it now. As the board is well aware, this is one of those, this was a 2010 in-rem property that we took title to, and sent Bishop out to check it out as we were preparing to put it up for auction sale. And lo and behold, there was somebody living there who happened to be the prior owner. And of course, she said, "Oh, I didn't know there was an in-rem, and nobody told me. Nobody sent me." It was a very funny story, actually, and I'll save it for another time. But the bottom line is, she hadn't paid taxes in about 5 years. So she was thinking, this is one great town. I didn't have to pay taxes.
Say no town taxes, right?
She said, you know, it doesn't get much better than that. So I said, that is true, except you don't own it anymore. We do. So she said, how do I get it back? And as you know, we had a conversation, and the board directed me to prepare this resolution, which is she will buy it back for $100,000 plus $500 for the transfer docs. She will make that payment on or before October 15th. She has already executed a release and an agreement for us. So if the board approves the resolution, she will get her house back, and we'll make a profit of about $50,000.
Right, because she owes us
50 was the delinquent tax.
Okay,
this is consistent with our prior practice. We've had this happen before. This is not the first time.
We didn't have to do it. We could have, anyway, it's one of these crazy situations. So I think we had some email traffic because we wanted to generate a consensus, so Mr. Noto could authorize that. Did anybody have any comments or questions? Okay, a motion to approve the resolution. So moved. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Board of Assessment Review appointment. Mr. Markowitz.
This is a resolution to reappoint an existing member of the Town Board of Assessment Review, Mr. Milton Meiskin. It's being made pursuant to an agreement between the villages and the town whereby the town and the village alternate who initiates the recommendation for the appointment, and then the town, it's always subject to a town approval.
Right, this is the village record.
That's correct.
Okay, and I know Mr. Meiskin has been working with us for a number of years.
He's been on the Board of Assessment Review longer than I've been assessor.
He's done a very good job as well.
Yes.
I certainly recommend the approval. He's been a very, very strong supporter of the vigilant policy we put in place in terms of...
he believes in fairness. He believes in pressing some of these property owners when necessary.
Wonderful. Any...
Motion to accept.
Second?
Second.
Okay, Mr. Meiskin, thanks for all your service. We appreciate it. All in favor, aye? Aye. Okay, Mr. Vitagliano for certiorari support. Mr. Noto?
Yeah, this is just one matter, Bengalo, Town of Rhino. There had been another matter with Mr. Gallup some years ago that Mr. Vitagliano handled, so we kept it with him.
Okay.
This is a new action. I don't have the numbers.
This involves a single-family home in Mamaroneck on South Ferry Avenue. The home is an oddball, I guess the best way to describe it is on the water in Mamaroneck. It's a small home. It typically has an assessment ranging from approximately mid-$700,000 to mid-$800,000. They've claimed 50% of the value for each and every year involved.
Waterfront property.
Yes.
In Mamaroneck.
Yes.
$500,000.
Well, why is this a commercial or residential?
It is a house.
Can I buy it?
It was filed as a certiorari, and probably the reason for that is if you go to small claims assessment review, you can't claim more than a 25% reduction.
Yeah, but I mean,
Kid just check. He hasn't
claiming a 50% reduction, so it's a cert, not a score.
What I'm saying though is that
I don't think he was
change the process.
How can I just I can take my house, I can go to a cert.
You can always challenge the assessment. Yeah, absolutely.
And if I have a house.
You have a house and you're demanding more than a 25% reduction. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Well, why
homeowners don't
wouldn't I do that?
because they don't. Because homeowners aren't like commercial properties. They know that they're within 10, 20%. They just want homeowners are. I hate to say this. They're more honest. I mean, they're more realistic. It's not a business for them.
How long has it taken them to admit that? How many years?
It's not a business proposition. It's like, hey, it's my house, and I know.
They just want everything to be fair and square. Great.
And the
Commercial property is the business for them. It's a business transaction. This is all business. It's not personal. It's business.
So, okay. So we.
Pointing out though to him the case. Now, I'm not sure. Is this the house he lives in?
No, this is a house he does not live in.
He lives in the most magnificent house.
Yes.
Probably in Westchester. To see this house. It's a beautiful house on the water next to the Marine Beach Yacht Club. It's the old Buttonweezer property, very famous. We used to call the Old Mill. It was built back in the 1600s. It's a magnificent location. The house. This little house is next to that video.
This little house is right next to the entrance to one of our favorite activities, Mamaroneck Beach and Yacht Club.
Small house. I don't know, but does anyone live in this house?
I believe someone does.
Maybe it's like a servant's house.
Michelle may live in this
You want to live in this house?
It's got a multi-million-dollar location.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
That may be why it's no, he doesn't live in that house.
No,
This is not his home.
But sorry. That's.
Couldn't tell you.
He's not precluded from filing a challenge to the assessment.
Okay.
That's.
I'll just make one comment.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. One thing, Mike. However he challenges, we're supposed to value this as a residential property, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so it's a whether he lives there or not is irrelevant to the value of residential property.
Correct. So it's irrelevant to the value of the property, but it's not.
But we're not going to all of a sudden apply a commercial
No.
analysis.
No. Not at all.
So. And again, just to show how egregious the system is, Mr. Markowitz can't defend this value. Is that you telling me?
Well, I think this will get resolved.
I think in this case I can conveniently provide the comparable sales to the attorneys for discussion.
Right.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the hiring of Mr. Vitagliano in this case?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, you did a lot of reports today. I don't think you need any more reports tonight.
Okay. Next month.
Thanks, Mr. Byrnes. Anything for us tonight?
Just a couple of quick points. Earlier, you voted on a resolution for an in-rem property that's on the list from 2010. The schedule you have in front of you for tax receivable schedule on page 2 is the in-rem receivable summary, and County Attorney Noto has started the process in July for 29 properties. There was 31 property paid in August. So there's 29 properties with a total of $1,138,000 in back taxes. And I would just urge the board going forward that you have a consistent, firm message for these property owners, because they have up until November 15th when they could, or County Attorney Noto is going to make arrangements to take over those properties. And due to our cash flow, with revenue being down with mortgage tax, we don't have the flexibility we may have had in the future to extend in another month or 2 or 3 months to pay the back taxes. These taxes have been outstanding for 3-4 years. And
so let's just be clear.
So your direction for us is ultimately remain somewhat lenient, but with a defined time. Obviously we're being responsible with our decisions. but we're not going to project out that we're giving someone 3, 4, 6 months.
Right, I would just be consistent across the board for all these properties.
And we have it, is that correct?
Yes.
Your opinion?
Yeah, I think in the past that there's certain cases that come up, but there's always, cases behind, stories behind these things.
Right.
Yeah, well, I agree. So just to be clear, so we have new in-rem filings on 29 properties of $1.1 million.
Correct.
And November 15th, what happens on November 15th?
Well, that's the deadline for the payment of this money. If they don't pay by then we take the title to the property.
Now, what's the procedure to take the title?
I make a motion. I file a motion.
And how long does that take? 60 days?
4 to 6 weeks, yeah.
4 to 6 weeks. And then we get the property?
Then we get title.
All right.
But most of them pay.
Exactly. Have we been talking to these people?
Some, yeah. Some have reached out to me. Some have asked for payoffs. Some banks have reached out to me. So, yeah, we've actually had communication from
do we have a list of the properties anywhere?
Yeah, it's on page 5. It's titled page 5.
Last year we had one property owner was a big component of it. This year doesn't look that way.
Well, one of the biggest ones is toll gate.
That's an older property. These are just the 29.
Well, the toll gates this year too. Toll gate.
I don't see toll gate on
Toll gate. I don't know why
it's on page 3.
No, it's on. For example, where it says you get sinus, Pierre sinus, Panoia sinus, they all pay.
Right. Which one?
If you're looking at numbers 18, 19, 23, 24, it's all public information. Okay, 25, those are all, they're on the list virtually every year and they pay every year.
What, are they using the town to finance themselves?
I don't know, Nick.
It's crazy.
Every year we go through this. Every year they come in at the last minute. They pay all the taxes and penalties. I can tell you.
But it's awfully expensive, right?
I think so, but let's see. Number 10 has reached out to me. She's going to pay.
What's happening with lucky number 13?
13.
That's a big value.
I haven't heard from them.
Huh? You haven't heard from them?
I haven't heard from 13. I don't think so.
But that's crazy. Let's say these are residential or for
number 16. I heard from them. They're going to pay.
What about? Sorry, 13 is a what? Is it a business or a?
This is 79 South Ridge.
Yeah, it's in bankruptcy court.
Oh, so we may not get paid on that. Okay.
Is it bankruptcy court? So what is that? Is it a company or a
company?
Yeah.
What happens in bankruptcy court?
We're stayed for bringing an action.
But
it's an automatic stay. We can't do it.
Yeah, but when they sell off the assets.
The trustee will pay us eventually, but we won't get paid this year.
We're first in line for 100% of value.
Oh yeah. We don't lose anything other than time, but they won't pay. We won't get paid by November 15th over that one.
Okay, let me ask.
But I haven't got a notice on that. How do you know that?
Well,
I do have a notice.
A quick question.
Can you send it to me again? Because I don't remember getting it.
Just looking at this here and looking at the section block lot, are we looking at the possibility of 11, 12, 13, or 14 being all the same owner?
No, 11 and 12 is a Rybrook residential development. That's Kip Konigsberg.
That's correct. It's approved by the Village of Rybrook.
But he too, he'll pay. He too, that they usually pay. This is not the first go round for them.
What's your guesstimate of how much of these pay? Is 80% going to pay?
Oh, more. I'd say 90.
By when?
November 15th.
All right.
December 1st. I mean, sometimes they're a little slow with the check.
And then, so how much money does that mean coming into the town then?
Close to a mill.
A mill?
Close to that.
But it's got to help our cash flow.
Every year it helps the cash flow. Every year I get more gray hair.
He's pushed up the process to make it a little bit sooner this year.
Good. Beautiful. All right, good work. Thank you, Mr. Byrnes. Any further questions?
Thank you, Dave. One other point I just wanted to make is that we will be receiving bids the first week of October on the van from different banks on that and looking for.
What do you expect we're going to pay?
We're estimating about 1%.
1%. And how long does that thing last?
well, it matures it can run for 5 years, but it matures annually. So it's
Can we-
1 year.
Is the interest rate fixed?
It's fixed for 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think Federal Reserve Chairman Bernanke guaranteed us it's going to be 1% for the next until 2015, I guess, right? 1%.
Right. So it's